but after the night, Freedom Hall was like 45 minutes because celebration ended early. So we talked and talked and talked and talked.
I started to pop in, but I didn't want to be rude because I was rudely sitting in the middle of this circle with people talking, and I had my little earbuds in and I was listening to church. And then I noticed I was like dancing. I was like, let me. Hi, Tatiana. All right.
Hi.
Hello, hello, friends. Sorry, my work meeting ran over.
What is it?
I said, I'm sorry I'm late. Work meetings ran over.
Hey, Tatiana.
Hi.
All right, let's get started. We have our check-ins and our agenda, and all farmers starting this meeting with our racial justice community meeting, community agreements. And we can just all take a quick look over because it's the usual suspects in the room today. Ooh, look at there. Oh, I'm just entertaining myself today. I'm not going to have any problem with these today. Okay. Can we move on? All right. So I was just going to give a update on where we are. Some of you may know that we were in the process of partnering with the Center for Social Justice and the Pride team around their Center for Social Justice's June event that they're having. And so in that collaboration, it was meant that we were going to go with a program that was about Black trans lives. And the efforts fell through as far as being able to really nail down anybody with the timeline that CSJ had to get things together. So, you know, we reached out to, I think, at least 6 or 7 people, and none of them were able, or none of them responded. So we'll keep working on that for a post-Pride event to get it together. And I think there's also an opportunity to go more deeply with information with that community, particularly because once we could not find folks, Eric started to scramble and just fill out a Pride roster instead. And so it's this, I think all of these people are confirmed, and Miguel and Stacy are going to be hosting it. So our agenda is to show up and support, and we were also, you know, part of that team that was helping to try to find people. But I did have in the course of that a really long and good conversation with Amber Lynn, who usually performs at the Springlicious, and she definitely wanted to do something, I think, more in depth, getting into issues and challenges, whereas this program is more about celebration. And so there is an opportunity there, and she works directly with trans people in the Tenderloin area. And so it's an opportunity. I think Tatiana and Linda, we can connect to see how we can serve. And I think she works at a center that serves transgender specifically. And so I don't know if it's a safety issue as to why she didn't get back, or maybe she needed more information, but it's definitely an opportunity. So this is going to be happening on
We know the date. It is the 22nd, Tuesday.
Tuesday the 22nd.
And Paula, may I ask to clarify, the woman, now I'm forgetting her name, the person that you just said, who performs at
Amber.
Are we waiting to hear back from Amber? Do we need to reach out to Amber? Is it?
I've already reached out to her, so what I will do is give her another phone call, because I think because it was the holiday weekend when I first called her, so there was no work on that Monday, and then it just kind of fell off of her radar. So I'll check back in with her to see, you know, what the needs are specifically for her and her group to bring a program to us, and then we can start to plan.
That's great.
Thank you.
Right. And I will get this going to get the event up on the Facebook page and everything once Eric gets the art from the communications office. So I think right now they are finalizing all the bios today, and then the artwork will come after that, and then we'll get it up.
That's so great. Can I ask another question just about promoting other outside events that might be of interest this month? So now I just happen to be, now I'm getting more information. Is it appropriate to share it on the Glide? Like what's the best way to share it? Like
That's what the Facebook page is for. So go to the Facebook and just plug it in there. And if I see it, what I could do is also create an event in there.
Okay.
You may have, I think if you go into the racial justice, either the page or the group, you should be able to access the calendar if you want to put things on the calendar, but feel free. Yeah.
Okay, great.
All right. And then the other update that I have is this is from, I think this is tying into what Linda was talking about. And this came from the Center for Social Justice as well. And it's, you were right, Linda, it's the Civil Rights Center is where they were talking about having this. So that is happening right now. They've been in this meeting since 2 o'clock, Linda?
Yeah. That's strange.
Wow.
Is that is that commonplace? That's a long meeting.
Well, there's two things that Center for Social Justice was concerned with, and the other one was the Compassionate Alternative Response Team, which was the first thing. But if this got pushed down, it's number 21. What are they on now, Linda? You're muted.
Yes,
Yeah. So yeah, the Board of Supervisors is on item number 14 right now. And this item, the Drug Sobering Center, is item number 21. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
They were
Sometimes they do a little back and forth, because like a little while ago, they were on number 17 and now they're on 14. So they may not necessarily be going in order. So I'm going to keep a half an eye on it, but basically I'm going to pay attention to us.
Okay. Well, if we're still here and you wanna share that, you can.
Sure.
All right. So what other updates are there? That's what I have for you.
what is the ask there with that one? I guess I didn't understand.
Oh, they
It's actually 1 block away from where we live.
Oh, they were asking that there was text that you could put in to the comments on the meeting, or if they asked for public comment, then there was a canned thing that you could go up and speak on behalf of the organization for, or you could get up and do your own public comment, whichever.
Are you talking about the Drug Sobering Center?
For both of them, yes.
Yeah, because I think I mentioned before that Paul texted me a little while ago and said that for whatever reason, they're not doing public comment on the Drug Sobering Center. So we're not sure why. It was a surprise, but that was the latest.
Let's see.
public comment piece. I've been listening to various meetings for various reasons. Public comment piece is always, of course, the most interesting.
Yeah.
Were you able to go to that meeting that they had for the reparations?
Well,
So
for
June,
for Cheryl Evans Davis, you mean, the one she was running?
Yeah.
No, I emailed Freddie and he said he had sent the link, but I didn't get the link. So I sent him an email and then I never heard back. So there will be other meetings and I'm following up. I'm following that thread. But no, I was poised and ready to go and I didn't have the link.
there's actually audio available of it that I haven't listened to yet, but this is the audio.
Of that same meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
this-
okay.
I went to most of it because I had another meeting.
Oh, you did?
Well, no, by the time I got there, they were basically trying to lay out a plan for what it was that they wanted to do. So they hadn't even like nailed down what day of the month they were going to meet and who's going to be, and how they're going to do elections and, you know, handle the power structure and all of that sort of thing. And they were basically talking about their hopes and dreams. So they went through, what do you call it? Like basically their call to action, or I guess that's what you would call it. Something like that, where they were, you know, saying like, these are the things that we must do as a team, and just and checking in around that, and then just starting to get into logistics. So it wasn't a whole lot about specifically what they were going to do. They're still dreaming. And so one of the biggest things I think that they were all really pushing is, let's dream big. Let's not say how other people are doing it. Let's not say no, can't, won't, shouldn't. So they were just really kind of setting a baseline for working together. But a lot of those people on that committee are on other city committees and councils and things like that. So nailing down a meeting date was the hardest part that was happening. But
did they pick another meeting date? Not that you saw, but it might be there in the audio.
did I? No, I had to leave before they did that. I think they were talking about a Monday, like a first Monday of the month or something like that. Was the last thing I heard, but I don't know if they decided on that.
Thank you for that, Nate.
Did you put the thing in the chat?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just the audio archive link.
Thank you.
Okay, I will add that to this.
So this is, just to clarify, this is the reparations task force, the 15 people that were just formed, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
As in Freddie's email, he had referenced another group of 50 people that were working on something else. This is reparations though, right?
Yeah, I think he was there because his group of the other 50 people has a seat on this. He is representing from his group, I think.
Great.
And then I saw one of the members was an old neighbor from Bayview. So I might try to check in with him someday too.
And Dr. Amos from is it Bethel? He was on there as well. There was some very impressive people on that committee. So we'll see what happens.
Good.
Well, as long as we're on reparations, do you want me to give a quick update?
Please.
Okay. So leaving Cheryl Evans Davis alone for the moment, but to email her next week. And I want to check in with Freddie first to make sure that, you know, we're in sync. Then following the progress of HR 40, not surprisingly, nothing is going on with it right now. Nothing's happened since April 14th. because obviously Congress is working on all this other big stuff. And because of the 100th anniversary of the Tulsa Massacre, the term reparations is, I'm sure, excuse me, as you've seen and heard, has been coming up even more. And so trying to follow those threads and seeing what's going on. I know SURJ Bay Area is starting to deal more with reparations. My sister works with, I've probably told you this before, with SURJ Marin, and they're working on reparations for Indigenous people, as well as some other issues. But so I'm just right now, just sort of continuing to the extent possible, following San Francisco task force, the governor's task force. I've reached out twice now to the governor's staff person. And again, they're just getting started. So it's not surprising that they're not going, yay, these people want to volunteer. They have no clue what to do with us.
Mhm.
So it's a matter of, as I've said before, it's a matter of walking that fine line between pestering them and not letting it go. So
Mm,
that's
okay,
basically it.
all right.
May I ask Linda a question? Is it okay? Would you like if I find reparations material to forward it to you? Because yeah, anyway, there's a lot of reasons.
Absolutely. No,
Okay,
that would be great. That would be great. And I think we do that for each other. I hope you got my email about
I
come out,
did.
Val.
That's why I was gonna say thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, and I bet you already knew, but you know, you can't make those assumptions. You just
Exactly.
everybody's busy, and you know, and we don't want these. But I just when I saw that, I went, oh my God, wow.
You're
It's
great
super-
about things like that, Linda.
And I will put things also in the Facebook net group. I know what to do. So there'll be more things, but I'll for sure forward to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Maybe
And I
you
am
want-
the rare, yeah, I am the rare bird, dinosaur, whatever you want to call me, that is not on Facebook. So I appreciate, you know, the old fashioned way of, you know, of getting things that other people might get on Facebook. So hopefully it's not too high maintenance.
You're worth it.
Thanks.
We
Yeah, I
still
made
love
that decision. Made that decision and when it first started, and I know myself well enough to know that I would become a full-blown addict. And so I just went, you know, I'm not even gonna start.
good choice for you.
Well, all of the addictions to the socials. I'm working on that with my accountability partner here.
Mm.
Okay, so then we have the reparations and we have the trans lives, and we have the drugs. You sent an email saying that you were going to circle back with Classy about the
Me?
garden. Yeah.
I did, and yeah, that was about a week ago. I told her that we really, you know, that would be fun to have her come and speak. I told her, Paula, that you had extended the personal invitation, and that even though she may not need help this summer, that we'd like to look at, you know, what she might need this fall. I have not heard back on that piece. She just finished school.
Okay.
School was out, but then the staff had meetings the following week. So I'll bug her again. I'm sure she'll be happy to, you know, come and talk to us.
Yeah, that'd be great. And I think I hadn't heard anything back from Miguel about the lunch or the weekend backpack. So I think maybe he's not going to get that off of the ground until the fall, maybe, for the families who need food for the weekend. Carrie?
Yes, hi. Just hopping in here very quickly to say that I think we're also getting that conversation started with Steve about the backpack back to school. Is that
Okay.
Or is that different than?
It's a little bit different, but what you got going on? Tell us the tea.
Yeah.
We're just talking with Steve right now about getting the backpacks for an in-person back to school. So I think it'll look a lot more similar to past years. And I think we're starting planning this week. So I think August will probably be when we launch, either July or August. So that's that timeline.
Okay, that's interesting. Oh, I wonder if there is anything that we could do during that time to address the insecurity, the food insecurity with kids, because they're coming to pick up the backpacks. And we typically have just like a snack for them, right? I think.
Yeah, and I think for last year we ordered pre-made snacks on Amazon of just like healthy or fruit snacks and stuff like that. But we didn't get like specific meals or something more substantial.
Mhm.
But we could potentially skew it towards. I mean, I could make a note to discuss. We're going to talk in our staff meeting tomorrow, so I could bring this up if we wanted to.
Well, I guess we should check in with the group to see if that's something we'd be interested in doing. Like we would have to figure out like what would be the thing and all of that.
You mean, so this is, I realize I'm unclear
Okay.
about the, yeah.
Two things happening. So we were talking about food insecurity with kids. And then when Miguel came to talk to us, he was telling us about this backpack program that CSJ was envisioning that would be for however many families that kid would pick up a backpack on Friday so that they would have food over the weekend since they wouldn't be in school. And so then I brought that up because he hadn't really gotten back. So I guess he's going to launch it in the fall because now school is out. But then Perry heard backpack and she came and gave us an update on the Pride team's backpack giveaway. And so I was wondering if there's something that we could do that would kind of be like a vision of the two, because the kids are going to be coming to pick up their back to school backpack in the fall. And would there be an opportunity for us to address food insecurity at that time?
Yeah, that would be great.
Good thinking.
So let us mull it over and figure out what we have the capacity to do, and then we'll get back to them. Yay! Thank you, Barry. All right, so that was that, and then I don't think we've had anybody working on the women's initiative, and so we'll have to circle back and see what's going on with that. But back to the food insecurity. For those of you who are here, I don't know what the best way is to pull the larger group, but we had discussed earlier that we would possibly do a food bank event when it was safe to do so. And so now that the city's opening back up, is that something we want to revisit as a team or maybe a summer project?
Yeah, food. You mean like organize a group of us to just serve at the food bank? That sounds really good to me. Rachel and I actually did that early in the pandemic. It was like a masked and distanced thing, and it was good too. I would think that there must still be needing regular volunteers, right? Is that something that or is this the regional food bank, or is this some other like Glide food bank or something?
The regional food bank.
The regional food bank. Yeah.
So we, which one did you and Rachel do?
We went to the one in Bayview. We used to live in Bayview, so I think we heard about it that way or something. But yeah, it was in Bayview.
And how did you get it organized?
We joined up with, God, I can't remember what volunteer group it was. It's like a San Francisco volunteer thing. where they spin you off in different directions, right? They make different things that are available different weeks. So it was like a one-off for us.
All right. Okay, so
I know that the San Francisco Food Bank on the east side of Bernal that you can go and sign up groups, because I've done it and go in. So that's very straightforward.
Okay.
And they have a calendar and tells you how many slots are available to fill that time. It's great.
Okay. So this is something that maybe we can look at for July.
Do we have is it a Saturday or a Sunday thing?
I mean, I could look at it. You want me to look at the calendar? I could pull it up. I could probably look at it right now.
Sure.
And we could share, if Perry lets me share the screen, I can show you, or we could like it's well.
You can share.
Yeah, go ahead, Tatiana.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me get there.
Mm. Okay.
Okay, so we can volunteer in a variety of ways. They have pop-up pantries. The warehouse is what I've done, and also deliver fresh groceries. So here is how. Watch this. Sign up. Marin, Pennsylvania. Okay, let's just do this one.
Oh, cool. There's also Fridays.
Saturday.
Yep.
Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, actually, look it's every day. Thursday afternoon, late afternoon.
Cool.
So for this core group, what would be the best day of the week? If we were to do it.
So I think July is a particular month for me, but I could do Friday or Saturday on the 9th or 10th, but everything else in that month is kind of we're traveling a lot that month.
Friday, July 9th.
Or 10th or Saturday the 10th.
Okay, so why don't I take that and send out a form to everybody, and we can take a vote and see which day works best, and then get signups, and then we can schedule.
How about that for some?
Fine. Thanks, Tatiana.
Yeah, there. The signups. It's not yet. We can't sign up, so it's not. It's month by month,
Right.
but soon we'd be able to get in there, and depending on how, I'm sure we could.
Well, I wonder also if it's possible, since it's a group, to make a phone call so we could plug in. Because then that way they won't need to offer that day to anybody if we have enough people.
Yeah.
All right. And then Nate, I'll look into the Bayview one, and maybe we could do that one another month. All right.
Yeah.
That works.
Our next meeting in 2 weeks, if we do it at 5, is right before the panel at 6. So we would just still meet and then just pop on over there.
Yes.
Also, it may be Hunter's Point in terms of naming convention. Just
Okay.
What's the panel? Is that something that we should all?
Yeah, what are you
It's
talking about?
the LGBTQ event that we're doing with Center for Social Justice.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the event that we talked about earlier in this meeting. It's on the 22nd.
Okay,
On June 22nd?
Yes.
so it starts at, the panel starts at 6?
It starts at 6. Yes.
And it's Zoom, right?
Yes.
Yay.
Do we have an ID for that?
Not yet. So once they get everything nailed down, Eric Arguello is going to send an update, and then we'll get it on the calendars and everything.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't put that together. Sorry about that.
That's okay. All right, and then what was the last thing? Oh. I forget what the last thing was. There you go. Nate, what's been on your mind lately?
My mind is my mind's taking in a lot, but not putting out much.
Okay, too. Okay. Well, I guess that's all I've got. Are there any other burning questions, check-ins, announcements, Linda?
So I was just keeping an eye on, and so they just got to number 21 and they all voted aye, so yes. But I'm not sure what that means. So I just texted Paul to find out if, does this mean it's a done deal or are there pieces to it? But all the supervisors voted yes.
Right.
So I'll let you, when I hear back from Paul, I'll drop everybody an email.
Great.
Okay, that'd be great. Thank you, Linda.
Okay.
Yay!
One check.
Oh, go ahead.
One check-in. My birthday was last Wednesday, and I'm glad to be alive.
Happy birthday, Linda. How did I miss that?
Happy birthday, Linda.
Thank you.
That's the one thing that Facebook is good for, Linda Mantel, is that it tells you when people's birthdays are. I don't know why it didn't tell me.
Tatiana told me, so, and I appreciate that.
You should get us a birthday.
Well, we're glad you were born, Linda, and we're glad that you're with us, so.
Thank
Yes,
you.
so
Glad
much.
to be alive.
Yeah, we should get us a birthday list going.
That's
So
a great idea.
it was on
June 2nd.
June 2nd. Okay, I'm adding you to the list. All day, every year.
There's Fiona. Hi, Fiona.
Hey,
Hi, Fiona.
I'm sorry, I had to run an errand. I'm house sitting 4 cats. So I had to do some stuff to take care of that. So I'm sorry, I dropped off for quite a while there. I missed most of the meeting. I have no idea what you all talked about. Is there anything we need to do before the LGBTQT panel? Any help needed? Anything that I can chip in on?
Eric did most of the heavy lifting. Eric and Ed. So we just need to get a thank you together to send afterwards. And Pride Team and CSJ is doing most of the heavy lifting too. We're just
Paula,
here to support.
does that meeting or panel anticipate that we're going to participate in any way?
I think there will be time for questions at the end
Okay.
because they have
We're
like,
not there in a participatory way?
I'm not quite sure, but I'll ask.
Okay, thank you.
Because I know they have like a set of questions that they're planning on asking. But I don't know how much room, if any, has been left for the audience to interact.
Okay, thank you.
So Paul just texted me back and he said what that means is the funding was approved.
Yay!
Yay!
Fiona. So the funding that got approved was for a sobering center.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
called
did hear some of that.
Called the Summer
Amazing.
Lives.
And where will that be and how big will it be? And
It's on Howard Street. I don't know the square footage. I don't know how big it will be, but
The
we'll,
address
you
is
know,
1070.
I'm sure we'll be finding out soon. I'm sorry, Paula, what?
I said the
Right.
address is 1076 Howard.
That's great.
Yeah.
That is great.
Yay.
So needed.
Let me share it with you.
Well, I have to say, Paul Harkin knows how to get shit done.
This is
Always has.
this is the space. I guess all of this. There we go.
Yeah. That's one of many.
If you need a little paint and love, so tell them to let us know if you need some grass.
There we go. There's a project.
Needs a little paint and love. We can sew some things or something.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? All right, so for next meeting, I will be, oh, that was what I was gonna tell you. Has anybody heard of anything that's going on with the defund movement? Because I went to their website and the last thing that they had up was around the George Floyd verdict. And that I didn't see any more action and their calendar hasn't been updated at all. Nope.
I have seen a lot of stuff though with SURJ and other organizations that, that people are still pushing, people are still working on it in various places. I
Okay.
don't know about us though.
We had talked about putting together one of those, a panel for that. So maybe that can be an August project to move toward, to start planning. And then are you and Tom still working on the overview for like how we want to roll out the year for reparations specifically?
Well, we put together a roadmap and we didn't submit it because we're sort of stalled right now. We're at a plateau, but the idea is that we would be working with the local, with the local folks. So the SF task force, because that would be the easiest thing to do. So that's what we're plugging away on.
Okay. Well, since the July starts the fiscal, then it might be prudent for us to do a calendaring meeting that second Tuesday. That's what it is. I have words.
Okay.
That second
Okay.
Tuesday of the month so that we can start to plan a preliminary calendar for what we want to do over the next year. And even if it's just kind of throwing stuff up there and see what sticks and then seeing how it comes out.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's all I got.
I would just, I'm interested in the defund the police stuff. So I can do some research on that.
Okay.
Again, yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Would you like if I come across things to forward to you?
Let me see. I can only see one person at a time. Who said that?
It's Tatiana. And Linda
Yes.
probably too. Okay, and I think I can I trouble you to put your email in the chat and then I can, or
Sure.
send, okay.
Yeah, I can do that.
Would it be
If the
useful?
cats don't attack me first.
Is Perry listening?
I am always listening.
Perry, that list that you were talking about putting together for us so that we have an easier time communicating, do you remember you said?
Was this for all of the congregational life groups?
Mhm.
Yes, I mean, I have the back end one that I share with the lay leaders that has all the Zoom links for each of the congregational life meetings, but I don't have like a specific.
Well, you were talking about a tool that you were starting to work with so that we could all communicate.
Right. Yes, thank you. I think it would be one way, like it would be an email blast to folks if you gave me the language for it. But what did you want to use it for? Because maybe there's some.
Oh, well, I was just wondering if that would be the thing that we could use, or should we think about doing like a Google group or something like that so that folks could easily get to each other? Because everybody's BCC'd on my email list.
Yeah, if you want to send out mass communication to folks, I think that the system we talked about is probably best. So just send the email to me and I'll send it out to all congregational life and all of that fun stuff. And then in terms of the other one, sorry,
A G group would work. Okay, so then I can create us a Google group, and then that way you guys can communicate with another. And then if people don't want to be on there, they can opt out of it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm putting that on the list. All right. Anything else? All right. I will reach out also to these individuals who, oh yes, the Pride t-shirts. Do
I
you
just bought mine.
Oh, when are they available?
Yes, check the link in the description. We have them available, and knock on wood, but they're on track to arrive by well before Pride weekend. So everyone should have them in time. Paula, don't worry about yours.
How do
Uh,
you find them, Terry?
Oh, I know, I love this. I love this.
Is this a shirt?
Yes, this is the design of the shirt, and this is excitingly also where we will be building out further merchandise and t-shirts for Glides. So Brand Marinade, who did harm reductions merch, also we're partnering with them. So Pride is kind of our launch, and then we'll be selling some Glide t-shirts and other kinds of stuff.
And
Mugs.
Terry, how do we order them? How do we do that?
If
Being
you just click the link in the description, in the
In the
chat.
chat.
I
What'd
can
you say?
also, I'm gonna email you the link.
Thank you. Thank you, Perry.
Of course.
All right.
Linda, you're Dance World 3, right?
Thanks very much, Perry.
Okay, so I think we're all done then. Thank you all.
All right. Thank you all.
Thank you for the time and
Paula, love you all.
Love you all.
Thanks,
Thank you,
everyone.
Paula. Thanks,
Bye.
everybody. Bye.
See you.
Bye.